you were not clickbaited, we've got another major update for community shaders, and more specifically for lighting. Now, last time I've covered community shaders, it was many months ago. On this video, I'm going to mostly focus on the newest features we've got. I will be covering three main modes. The first two is Windows Shadows Ultimate and Dial, aka Dynamic Interior Lighting. And the third mode is going to be community shaders and me talking about and sharing my opinion with the new updates. That being said, if you like those Skyrim videos, let me know by liking the video, subscribing and commenting down below. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Almost a month ago, I've covered a mode called Dial. Dial is a mode that introduces interior lighting that dynamically changes during the day or the night. That means with Dial, you will be able to see from the interiors now, light coming out during the days or dark during the night, and there is always the balanced lighting in the middle. This is something we could not do before, and now with Dial, every single interior space has the ability to do this. This is such an extremely amazing mode, and again, I've covered this mode and I've told to everyone expect this to be a classic, and I was right, because on top of Dial, if you haven't watched my previous video on it, we've got the brand new mode that is going to change lighting forever, the Windows Shadows Ultimate. It requires modes like community shaders, light limit fix, light placer, place slice, and a bunch of other things like that, but it's built to work together with Dial. And Windows Shadows Ultimate, while using community shaders, it is going to give us the best visuals when it comes to interior lighting. In Skyrim, we always had interior lighting modes. We had Lux, we had Windows Shadows, RX, we had ELFX, we have Skyrim relighting. There are so many lighting modes out there. What this mode does differently than any other lighting mode or overhaul is that while using community shaders and Dial, it brings dynamic lighting in all of the interiors, and it's absolutely phenomenal what the combination of those mods are doing. I will have everything linked down in the video description so you can check all of those, grab the requirements and install them. When it comes to performance, to the interior lighting, it's absolutely fantastic. You won't notice any frame drops at all, because when it comes to stutter and lag and issues like that with performance in Skyrim, 90% of the time it comes from the exteriors. Windows Shadows Ultimate, it is not going to cost you almost no frame loss at all, unless you are using GK Skyrim and you're combining that with other interior overhauls and you visit a very busy interior area like Dragon's Reach or something like that. Most of the interiors again will play normally, and essentially what I'm trying to say, you don't have to worry about performance with this lighting mode. It just works, it's amazing, it's clean, and it's the best for what it does. I knew Dial was going to be very big for the modding scene, but I had no idea. The moment I've covered Dial, 2 days later we've got this brand new mode that handles lighting so much more differently. Now that being said, that's the mode, and I'm gonna show you some background footage of how this looks, and if you don't like the brightness, those are my personal settings. So if something is quite dark or the colors are not matching a lot, it comes from my end, because that's how I like my Skyrim. I always like to have Skyrim to keep its vanilla colors, and I always like when nights in general look more dark. And when it comes to community shaders and closing the video, I want to make this as short as possible because I'm so excited about those two new mods coming out. I'm not someone who is going to fight, what's better in ENB or community shaders. In my opinion, if you want to hear a hot take, I believe it's none. I love playing vanilla Skyrim, and even more than that, I love having the option to choose if I want to use one or the other. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like 2 years ago we didn't have any realistic options other than using an ENB, so I just love the idea that over the past year or two we have finally an option other than an ENB, and this is community shaders. I know that reshades also exist and you can combine reshades with a vanilla game to have an even more vanilla-like experience but with less features or less graphical fidelity. I'm gonna cover this in a different episode. Let me know if you would like me to cover reshades. I just love how we have community shaders and and it has gotten so many brand new updates. There are more features coming in the next few weeks and months because I want to cover them, and what I'm going to tell you is that the future looks very bright when it comes to graphical mods, lighting mods, ENBs, community shaders for Skyrim. Let me know what you think about those two lighting mods, and let me know what lighting mod you like to use. I always read your comments. And again, I was so happy to cover this mod and that we've got Dial working together. That was my very short video when it comes to covering this, or should I say community shaders. I've made a bunch of videos regarding community shaders. If you have questions about it, you can check those out. I will have them linked down below. I'm gonna say this and I promise I'm going to close the video. Community shaders, in my humble opinion, already has the best water looking visuals. In my opinion, it has the best reflection visuals when it comes at least to the rain, and now we've got an amazing combination for the interior lighting when it comes to lighting in general. Community shaders is not perfect, there are so many things that needs to get improved. ENBs have been developed for almost 15 years now, while community shaders are very much brand new. Which one you like to use, ENB or community shaders, or if you like both? That was the end of the video. My name is Kavou. I'm covering mods when it comes to Skyrim and a bunch of other things. Expect also Oblivion videos, and don't forget to check the shorts I make. Have a nice one, and until next time, thank you for watching and happy modding.